Yo, welcome to the Mickey and Bubba Show, where we chop up game, legendary conversations. I'm just waiting on my nigga Mickey to get in here now, and trust me, he gonna put it down. We got a good show lined up for y'all today. Is talking about getting over idle time, not letting your woman take control of your time, not letting your habits take control of your time, just not letting anything take control of your time and have you idle and not making no money. You dig what I'm saying? So I'm just waiting on calls to get here, but let me introduce myself. I am Bubble. I am the co-host of this fabulous thing we bring it to y'all. I mean, this is the first episode of many, and I hope y'all appreciate the fact that we don't know what the hell we doing. But I'm just saying, me and Cole, we talk all the time, and we just feel like the world need to hear it. You feel me? Let me give Cole a call right now, see where he at, because it's Saturday, it's the July 4th weekend, and we ready to get this thing on and cracking and give y'all some game. You know what I mean? Cole, I sent the link. I got everything together. I'm live. I'm ready. So come on. Okay. All right. Yeah, he knew I sent the link, but man, we ready. Oh, should be a good show. Let me. It's gonna be a funny thing when calls come in. I'm gonna let Cole say what he got to say, and but I'm waiting on him to come in, so we can tell what just happened. Because I'm not gonna lie to y'all, we just did a whole hour broadcast, and I did some bonehead stuff. I forgot to hit the record button. I'm new to this internet StreamYard thing and whatnot, but man, we was chopping up some good game, I thought, you know. So it just is what it is, man. I hope y'all enjoy the show. There he is right there. Hold on, let me add him. Let me add him. Yo, Mickey, can you hear?
Yo,
Okay. I was just telling him how we just did a whole hour conversation on idle time, and I didn't push the record button. So instead of getting mad, what did we do? We went and did it over. But I introduced myself. I'm Bubba. I'm the co-host of this Mickey and Bubba thing. It's the man of the hour, Mickey himself. Mickey, tell the people who you is and what we're gonna be talking about right now. The floor is yours. You gotta unmute yourself. You muted. Mickey. Mickey, you gotta unmute yourself. Yeah, y'all just hold on. Let me hit him up on the phone. I told y'all we new to this, so y'all just gonna have to bear with us, and we're gonna get it together. You know what I'm talking about? Carl, there you go. You unmuted yourself. Go ahead, Carl. Talk. No, hit it again. Hit it again. Hit it again. All right, go ahead, Carl. Talk.
gosh.
All right, there you go. Coming in loud and clear. Tell the people who you is and what we talking about today.
All right. My name Mickey, and I'm one half of the Mickey and Bubbles legendary conversation. We was trying to talk about an idle man is a woman's playground. An idle man being a woman's playground, and it's a bunch of information that young men and any man that's trying to make something out of himself needs to know when it comes to his life with the woman he deal with the relationships he got with family, with his job, his relationship he even has with himself. You cannot become a playground to anybody, but especially your woman, because an idle man is a woman's playground. Trying to say earlier, but it didn't get recorded, but a lot of men waste their time in life. And I don't think men understand just how much time they wasting. A lot of men think that they're utilizing their time because they got a 9 to 5 or they bringing in some type of income and money. But for the most part, on your days off, you wasting your time. Man can't sit up and watch Netflix 3 or 4 hours at a time because that is the worst decision you could ever make in your life. That's the worst thing any man could do is sit around and waste his time. Just like we
So,
spoke earlier. Go ahead.
so is Netflix evil? That was my question earlier.
Netflix is completely evil. I'll say it like this: Netflix ain't evil, but what Netflix or any streaming service or any TV or television, YouTube, anything can do to you is waste your time. Which it's not the service that's wasting your time; it's you wasting your own time getting caught up by binge watching a particular series or something like that, and you wasted 3 hours out of your time. I would always say a man should never go over an hour.
Right.
A man should never go over an hour watching something because it's okay for you to wait to the next episode. You can wait a day, you can wait 2 days, but you need to be utilizing your time.
Should a man go over an hour in creating something?
Can a man go over an hour creating something?
Right.
Perfect.
Is there any amount of time that becomes idle in creativity? That's a better question.
And creativity. I would say no, because the whole thing about creating is that, and I don't want to get spiritual or nothing like that, but you know, if you're creating something, you on purpose. You're doing something that's productive, and you're doing something that a body in motion stays in motion. You're staying in motion. So if you're creating something, you're working towards something, be it if it's gonna gain you money, gain you notoriety, gain you status, gain you your own self-pleasure, but it's productive in a sense of if you like to draw, but your drawing is just for your own pleasure, I would say that that's idle. So I say yes and no. I say yes and no. A man can create something, but if it's only for self-pleasure, then it's not a productive thing and it becomes idle. But if you're drawing for the purpose of selling it on the street, or you're drawing for the purpose of bringing joy to people as you make drawings for them and draw them or something like that, then your time isn't being idle. But if
Right.
you allow yourself to sit around and you off that Friday and you off that Saturday or you off that Sunday and your woman will pan over at you and look at you and be like, well, I think we need to do this. I think we need to do that. Like just like my girl just called me just now and she was like, you working? I'm like, yeah, I'm working. I'm moving right now. I'm getting something done. I know that my woman wants to do something, but I want my woman to know that her man is always out here doing something productive. So if you have anything in mind that you want to do, you have to wait until I'm done producing something because you know that as your man, um I'm not creating nothing, that I am creating something because my time is being utilized properly. Because your woman will lose respect for you if you don't have something that you're doing.
Right. So I'm gonna try to get this thing in order because
Gotcha.
we had a good conversation last time. We're gonna have a
Damn
good
good
conversation this time, and we actually live this time. So first thing I'm gonna ask you is this: is a man with idle time suspicious by his lack of self confidence?
Is a man
With
suspicious?
no conspicuous. Like,
Conspicuous.
yeah,
Oh,
you stick out like a sore thumb with a lack of self confidence because you don't spend your time doing nothing. What do you think about that?
always. A man is always. He may not think so, and his circle may not think so because it hadn't come to a head yet. But yeah, of course. I mean, if a man is sitting around and his confidence is low. He's not bringing value to himself or to those around him. Be it if you are like not motivated or something like that, a man has to actually give himself something to do, because you're not producing anything, which causes those around you to actually pan over at you and actually start accusing you of being the reason why problems occur. And it is your problem. Any problem that occurs is your fault. You are the cause of the problem. It's not really the problem itself. It's your idle time that created that, because you should have been taking time to prepare. Just like we talked earlier, once you're done working and actually doing the job that you're supposed to do, you're supposed to prepare, or you're supposed to get in preparation, or you're supposed to create something that allows you to be ready for a problem that may occur down the line. A problem may occur next week. It may occur 5 years from now. But if a man is constantly utilizing his time and always is thinking about something, well, what if my tire busts? I need money for that. Well, what if my tire pops on me and I'm in the middle of nowhere? Do I have an extra tire? Something like that. You're supposed to be out there thinking of things to have you set up for anything that may occur, and also utilizing your idle time. I mean, like,
I think what we called it last time, Cole, was downtime.
Downtime.
Yeah. So
all right, downtime. Downtime.
Explain the difference between downtime and idle time. Give that analogy you gave with vacation time as downtime.
For me, downtime. The only time you should actually have downtime is during vacation. And even that in and of itself is productive, because you're taking the time to breathe. So you worked all year long and you are actually taking time to allow you to breathe, your woman to breathe. Gotcha.
Try to see if you can fix your mic a little bit right quick. It's doing that thing again, that static thing.
Gotcha. All right, let me put this in. You can hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Still doing it?
You're still doing it a little bit, but go ahead. We'll work with it. Go ahead.
Okay. Vacation time, it should be only downtime, but vacation time isn't idle time. I would say that a man putting forth time for vacation, planning. I've been working all year. We've been spending time working at our job, doing. If you work for somebody or you work for yourself like we do, as truck drivers, we spend all our time, producing and producing and producing. So you need to take time to actually use downtime to enjoy the fruits of your labor, which is not being idle. It's actually a productive thing that you're doing. But enjoying the fruits of your labor should only be 1 or 2 times even in a year. I don't care if you was rich. You ain't got no business taking vacations 5 times a year. 2 times a year is enough. Always enough. But it's not idle, because you're actually enjoying the fruits of your labor. Any other time beyond that, you should only be idle, dare I say, when you die. Sitting around in your house not doing nothing ain't helping you. It ain't helping your family. It ain't helping your woman, because your woman is going to lose respect for you. And I think that's one of the major things that people find that they run into, because your woman is sitting around watching you do nothing. And if you're not doing nothing, she's going to encourage productivity by utilizing your time for you, as opposed to her having to work around you. But because you're not a body in motion, she will help you get in motion. And that is the worst thing any man could do in his relationship, because I don't care what woman is listening to us right now. She may think in her mind, hey, I don't care if my man sits around. I want my man to rest. I want my man to sit around and do nothing for 5 and 6 hours at a time. But you don't realize 5, 6 months down the line, when a problem occurs and your man isn't able to be on top of it, well, guess what? It was because your man was too idle. He was wasting his time. And when you waste your time, you're wasting the time of the people around you. You have to be out here doing something. If you need tools, hey, go out, go to Home Depot this Saturday. Figure out what tools you need. You need an extra tire inside the back of your car in case the tire pop. You need to do that. You need to check your brakes. You need to check up under your hood. Right now, I drive trucks, and I'm sitting in my truck right now giving my truck a deep clean. I know I could be home. I know I could be home chilling, but I don't waste my time. I don't idle my time back. I'll go in the house, and when I go in the house, I'll watch TV for an hour, and then I'll take myself to sleep because I'm going to utilize my time properly. Sleep is using your time properly. It's utilizing your time properly because you're healing your body. You're healing your mind. You're getting rested. But an idle man is a woman's playground.
So, okay, let's just say
it is a woman's playground.
Okay, can you hear me, Cole? Hello?
I hear you.
Okay, let's just
I hear you loud and clear.
Yeah, I had to put the mic, I hooked the mic up to the laptop. Let's just say, check, mic check. How it sound good for real?
Sound good.
Okay, let's add this to the equation. How idle time and health. Will you become sick or ailing from some real or imaginary thing, or suffer from physical pain because you were so idle you didn't work out? When you get off from work, instead of taking an hour in the gym, you want to take your behind home and lay out every day. How you feel about that type of idle time?
I would say that's an actual thing that you can see in real time. You ever see those people in those desk jobs who I've seen people, I used to work at a furniture company. And when I worked at the furniture company, I was more in shape than the man at the desk job, because the man at the desk job sat around for 10 hours in a day. He worked his mind, and when he got off, he was just as tired as I was. I was tired physically, but using the brain will make you even more tired. But because he was idle with his body, and he did not take time to go work out, his knees was bad. I'm not gonna say who the man's name was, but he could barely walk. He could barely move. And then what he got into an argument with one of the guys that I was delivering furniture with. Well, the argument turned into a physical confrontation. Next thing I know, this guy who's the office man inside the suit is laying on the ground, and the dude I'm delivering with got his knee in the man's chest, and I got to pull him off of him. Well, dude, you're not healthy enough to protect yourself. So how can you protect your woman, which is part of being a man? You have to be man enough in your life and productive enough to be able to be ready for almost anything. And if you are not utilizing your body properly, you're an idle man, because you don't do nothing when you get off of work. You get off and you go and you drink beers for 4 to 5 and 6 hours. I drink beer too. I drink beer sometimes 4 times a week, but I find an hour out of my day to exercise. I got to do something. I'm not about to utilize it. Even when I drink beer, I may sit and drink beer for maybe an hour. I don't give myself more than an hour of idle time. And even when I'm idling, what people would think would be idling, I'm still being productive because I'm listening to something. Financial information, different ways of working out, because I'm getting older, 36 years old. You know, I'm young, but I ain't no spring chicken like I used to be, as they say. So, I'm being productive with my time. So yeah, sitting around and not being physical is actually a detriment to you as a man. You should only, hell, I know men that's 75 years old and they don't lift weights or nothing, but they do push-ups, sit-ups, and pull-ups. They look better than 90% of the men walking around today because they don't idle their time, and it helps you live a long life. But when you're idle, you die faster, and it's a slow burn when you idle. So you actually end up,
this idle thing, would you agree, is quite dangerous?
Say it again.
Would you agree that idle is quite dangerous? Do this idle sound better, or did the last thing sound better? Last one
sounded better, but I could still hear you. But I would say that it's idle time is the most detrimental thing to any man. It is actually the worst thing. It's worse actually than drugs, because that's how people get on drugs. Their mind is idle. Their life has no purpose, and they don't add enough purposes in their life to stay off of the drugs. So actually everything and every problem that most men have in life is due to their idle mindset. It's due to their idle laziness. You don't give yourself nothing to do. Heck, we know a guy. You and I both know a guy right now this weekend. He getting blasted right now. When Tuesday come after the 4th of July, he gonna be dragging into work. He can't even get up out of his bed because you still weaning off of whatever you was on, whatever you was taking that weekend. I don't know what he takes consistently, but I do know he's doing something because he's idle. It ain't had nothing to do with being depressed, being sad, being lonely, having problems in your life. We all gonna have problems. But what hurts a man is his idleness, not giving yourself something to do. And it becomes a woman's playground is because you ever see those guys who they come home to get off of work and
I'm one of them.
I done been one of them, you know, and you come home and you sit there for 2 hours and your woman pans over at you. I keep using the word pan because women go from mode to mode. So she's thinking about feeding and feeding us, and she's washing clothes, and then she looks over at her man who's sitting there. Grass got to be cut, and he refuses to take himself out there and cut that damn grass. Well, she's going to give you something to do. And when she's the one giving you something to do, it makes a woman feel like she has another child around. And as she begins to feel like she has a child, she loses a piece of respect for you. And it eats away at her more and more until next thing you know, you don't have a woman anymore, or you have a relationship so toxic, and you're blaming the woman for coming down on you. But bro, you got to remember, you the man in this relationship. Who's in control? You or her?
So can you hear me? I'm gonna say this: you should never blame anybody else for anything going on in your life, because you should have purpose in your life. Now, I'm just trying to cover points we covered in the last conversation. Tell the young guy, we're gonna take a sidebar. Tell the young guy what is purpose to you, and I'll add what is purpose to me. From me, I mean, go.
Purpose to me, like we spoke earlier, that most guys think they get spiritual about purpose and they think it's something deep. But purpose is so basic and so simple that it just involves any little thing in your life that is a constant move forward, or that is a constant motion being in place, be it preparation, be it upkeep with your health and your body, cleaning your home or something. Purpose to me is a consistent degree and multiple streams of purpose in your life. You have your job, you have your woman that you have to maintain, you have your children you have to raise, you have your mother you have to look after or go see and check on, you have your house you have to clean, or any. It is a consistent movement in your life. And purpose is productivity. So consistently moving in a productive manner. Everything you do has a purpose. Everything you do has a reason. You do nothing for no reason. Everything. Even when you have sex, it's not just for the nut itself. Like, I hate when guys say I was just trying to get a nut. That's not productive. That's idle. That's an idle move that you just made. Everything should come with a purpose. The pleasure of your woman, the bonding together, to keep y'all together. Because sex should be to keep y'all together. The sex should be to bond closer. Or the sex should be to produce, reproduce, and make more children. Building a legacy, passing it on. So yeah, to me, purpose is a consistent, numerous amount of things that move in a forward direction, a forward motion. That's what that is to me.
I'm gonna give you that, and like I told you last time, to me, purpose is just simply having a goal. See, it's about when you engage to doing something definite in some well-organized plan. You just got to stay on a definite plan and have a definite time when you're gonna complete this plan. You're gonna have a major goal in life. You're gonna have an ass of minor goals in life. But what you got to remember is these are your goals. Nobody should be able to come and stop you from meeting your goals because this is the major purpose at the time in your life, at the point in your life you at now. It's not some type of, oh, let me holler at Mickey and find out why God put me on the planet. What's the meaning to life? What's my purpose to be on the planet? Now,
or we can use it to the baby mama thing like we talked about earlier.
Oh, yeah,
And,
go ahead, remind me. I forgot. The people
when your
listening,
baby
go
mama is hitting you up and utilizing your time so that she can go ride the cock carousel, as they say, so she can go out here and hop on something. She'll, what you doing right now? And if you are idling, you are going to open yourself up for her to utilize your time, which creates a sense of lack of respect for you continuously, because you have to put it to where she has to work around your time.
Is it a lack of respect, or is it she don't respect you because you have a lack of self-respect?
That's a good one. That's a good one. I would say it's both. I would say it's both because generally any woman that deals with a man respects him in the beginning. I don't care if he's the worst human being on the planet. She has an immediate respect, because a woman don't sleep with men that she don't respect, unless she a hoe selling something to you. But at the end of the day, if she's dealing with you, nothing wrong with hoes. Ain't nothing wrong with hoes. Like Snoop said, I don't love these hoes. Actually, I think it should go like this. I love these hoes to a degree. You know what I mean? Because hoes have a purpose. But your baby mama, you done had a child by her. Y'all not together. And my baby mama used to call me when I didn't utilize my time properly. And this is when I realized I needed to shift something in my life. And my life didn't get better until most guys would say, you shut her down. I didn't shut her down. I gave my life purpose. She used to call me, and I used to go and take care of my son while she, quote unquote, went out and got her nails done and went to the spa and got herself taken care of, which I didn't know what she was doing. All I know is that I'm watching my son, but I'm not watching my son on my own accord.
Hey, Cole, I'm here with my son. It's popping right now. So no, we're gonna keep it going. I told him I'm on my purpose right now. We doing this show, so they finna hook up their game. But if y'all hear something, I'm just saying, if y'all hear something in the background, that's just my son and his homeboy. But we got to get to the meat and potatoes,
which is a part of purpose.
Yeah, I was just finna bring up though. Everything you just said about the baby mama stuff is going on in my life right now. She called me last week. She was like, "Oh yeah, it's the 4th of July weekend. Just to come to the house. We're gonna cook on the grill." Next thing you know, she found out I had idle time because I was off from work. Yo, she said, "Well, you can get Mac and his homeboy because guess what? I got something I need to take care of." So by her finding out I had idle time.
Yep.
No. Well, let me call you. Well, no, go ahead and talk for a minute. Let me help them real quick.
Gotcha. That's fine. That's fine. Finding out that you had,
y'all stay out my room and that other room. Go in your room. Make sure you got the remote. If y'all need help, come holler at me. I got y'all. Go ahead. Hello?
Finding out that you had idle time was able to utilize to her purpose. To her purpose, not your purpose. See, like my girl called me in the beginning of this conversation, and she, like I said, she asked what I was doing. But back to the baby mama thing, my baby mama used to utilize my time too. And because me and her bump heads harder, and me and her don't have as deep of a relationship as you and yours, is she did it very maliciously, where she utilized my time, but I used to blame her. But I had to look at myself like, well, this woman doesn't respect me, and she uses me to her advantage because I don't have nothing going on in my life. I'm the one that got to find something to do so that when she calls me, not for the purpose of just spiting her, but when she calls me, she knows that you can't just utilize me to your advantage because I am not idle. I always have something going on. I'm always pushing towards something. And when I'm done with my thing,
So are women always trying to take up a man's time if he don't have his own time? I want you to really go in on that. I might take care of something. I need you to do that for like 2 minutes.
Subconsciously, women do that. Women, most men think women are doing it on purpose. Women are not like actively trying to use a man's time on purpose. It's just that to see a man do nothing subconsciously in a woman's mind tells her, hey, something has to be going on. Unless he ain't sleeping with me. We're not he's not loving up on me or anything like that. He's just sitting here. So let me think of something for this man to do. So a woman will create something for you to do, be it going to the movies, going out to eat, going to the carnival. Hey, there's something going on downtown, a little festival. Let's go walk. Let's do something instead of sitting here, because women hate idle men. They don't really hate it within their own mind, like they knowingly hating this. It's just it's a nerve-wracking thing to see a man doing nothing, because the second a problem comes up, like I said, when a bill needs to get paid and a man hasn't been working, a man hasn't been on purpose, a woman's gonna think to herself, well, all these times that I've seen him sitting on that couch, all these times I've seen him sitting with his homeboys drinking and smoking and wasting time, he could have been prepared for this. So yeah, a woman will utilize time to try to get stuff done if you're not going to utilize your time on your own.
Because that was beautiful. Cause look, I had to talk to my baby mama just now. She was trying to utilize my time again and get in this conversation. I told her, this is Mickey and Bubba's first episode. You will not be a Jezebel and be a demon and get in our conversation.
Just abusive.
Just abusive. Like, okay, so everybody will know. Let me just tell everybody what's going on. I was a super simp for this girl. This was my high school sweetheart. Like I told Cuz earlier, your baby mama become your family after a point in time. Now, we not together no more. We're not together no more, but we family because we have a child together. I would never want to see nothing happen to her because I would never want to see my son sad. So,
exactly.
But being that we like family, me and her can have certain conversations without it being no bad blood. She was just hollering and screaming at me because she heard me talking just now. What you mean? Women use men's idle time as their playground? That's a lie. A man should always have a plan. I said, but I agree with you. A man should have a plan. But what you women tend to do is you tend to make your plan that man's plan if he don't put his foot down.
Exactly. And that is the basis of this conversation right here, is that it's not like they're doing it maliciously. I have to enforce this. Women aren't doing this maliciously. They're doing it subconsciously. You see a man that has nothing going on and you fill that empty space up with things. But a man should not have empty space. You should not have emptiness. Your life should be full of productivity. And if you're idling, like women will always do, they give you something to do. They will always do this. It's a part of their nature. It's not malicious. It's not hateful, but that's what they do because they want men to be productive. So really, it's kind of like, I'm not going to get spiritual and put the universe on it or nothing like that, but it's like,
because you know what? This is Mickey and Bubba's legendary conversation. So anytime you want to put anything you want to put in there, God damn it, put it in there because it's going to be legendary.
All right. Let me put some spirituality on this then. All right. Intrinsically, in a woman, she is the female of the species. You're the man. And if we're going to talk about scripture, Bible, or whatever, I'm going to use the Bible, given that I grew up in church. You're made in the image of God. If you're made in the image of God, God is always working. You ought to be like God. You're made in his image. God is always working. You ought to be always working. Save, the only time is for sleep. The only time is to take a 20-minute, and even when you're taking a 20-minute breath and you're just relaxing, you're gathering your thoughts, which is a part of productivity. You're not idling and wasting your time. So in a woman, it's like I want my man subconsciously to be close to God, to be a God among men. So I need for you to do something so that I can have this internal respect for you by causing you to do something because you're sitting there doing nothing. So women get busybody around a man who's sitting around doing nothing. If a man is consistently moving, a woman, if she's in love with you, in a relationship with you, she either may sit there and or wait for you to get home or something, which she's working. You know, she's doing something. She's productive, getting the food ready, getting the kids ready and stuff like that. But she's aware in her being that that you as a man is doing something. You're doing something. But here's the thing. 80% of these dudes out here, 90% of these men out here aren't doing anything. This is the reason why only 10% of men are in the $100,000 a year tax bracket. Because these are men that are hyper successful.
Wait, Carl, before you continue. You know, I'm a black person. You a black person. Is this a black person versus white person sort of thing, or is this a male female sort of thing, in which the male race is less productive than the female race? And if it is, who do we blame for that? Go.
We live in America. It has become a black white thing, but truly at heart, it's a male female thing. It's a male female thing. In this country, black men have been subjected to a lesser quality of life because of racism. So there are less jobs available for black men. But we have to take into account Black Wall Street did exist. So at one point in time, we were productive and we were doing things as a community. But because our homes have been destroyed, men have been locked up and sent off to war, and the crack epidemic and all these things have come, and then now gang culture has been imparted. A lesser vessel of man has been imparted to the black community. So there are more unproductive black men than there are productive white men because the nuclear family has been destroyed. So I applaud any man who's not with his baby mama, but he is still taking on his child because he knows a woman can't teach her son how to be productive in the sense of a man. Because what happens when a child gets hurt? The mama says, lay there, it's going to be okay. It's going to be all right. And she pets her son. She gets him comfortable with not getting up off his feet and standing on his own 2 feet and fighting through the pain and getting over. It's a man's job to say, son, shake it off. Get up. Come on. Let's keep it moving.
Right. So what you saying is that the black woman, now I know you heard of the letter, what's this called?
Willie Lynch?
Damn, the Willie Lynch letter, right?
Yes, sir.
So
I know what you're talking about.
You say the Willie Lynch letter was a blueprint to keep the black man idle in order to have an excuse not to take care of his family. The black man will become idle and say it's the white man's fault why he can't take care of his family. Instead of doing what me and you do, pull ourselves up by our bootstrap, create business, and create generational wealth. What would you say? Is Willie Lynch letter real or not? As
Willie Lynch letter is it's 100% real, but I don't want to really get so deep into it because it's not the white man's fault. It's our fault because we allowed it to happen to us. You can't do anything to a people or to a person unless that person allows it to happen. So the Willie Lynch letters.
Before you continue, a deeper thought with how shit went back then and how it contributes to us being idle is we would say what's the word, genetics, right? We would say let's say we part of the slave group that survived, right? Now you know there was a big buck on the plantation that would not allow himself to be overtaken by the white man. So what the white man did, hey man, he whipped him, raped him, and ripped him apart between two horses in order to show the rest of the slaves how serious he was about us doing what he want us to do in
Dude,
productivity.
yeah,
So
get them in line.
with that being
I heard
with that
I heard
being
one to
said,
control the
with that
masses.
right. So with that being said, would that one single event of seeing a slave rip apart play a part in epigenetics and make us become idle with our time because we're afraid to utilize our time because of the white man? I'm gonna say no, but I just want to hear
Yeah,
how you feel about it because
I say
epigenetics is
no.
a real thing. Yeah. So
I
by
say
you
no.
saying
Yeah, go ahead.
no, I'm gonna say by you saying no and I say no. I say no because God gave us free will. I wouldn't give a fuck what happened to a slave 500 years ago. I do care, but I'm just saying,
Hmm.
epigenetically, I'm not gonna allow anybody make me not utilize my time and do what I need to do as a man right now. Because see, what happens is we forget that there's something called the past, something called the present, and something called the future. We don't live nowhere but the present. That's the only time is right now. So when you
Yeah.
bullshit, well, right now, that's what make your time idle. Please give insight on that.
Uh, all right, I'll say it like this. And the reason why I don't believe that it is genetic, because 500 years of slavery can't erase 200, 300,000 years in Africa ruling what they call kings and queens, warriors, and tribesmen, and being
Yo,
completely given to the elements where the sun is baking on top of it, which is the reason why our skin, is so dark and things like that, and us being a strong people. They used our strength against us, so they didn't beat us down by interjecting something into our genetics. They beat us down psychologically. Our problem is a psychological problem. You
right,
convince these
because
people and you project certain images into their head, and they'll follow suit. Convince
right,
them that they need um okay, in order in order to maintain power, people have to believe something about themselves that isn't true. You have to believe that somebody is superior to them. We have a inferiority complex where we believe less of ourselves, and I say we, not me and you, but as a community.
right. I'm
you
gonna
you
say
would
this right here.
Yeah.
As a community, what black people like to do, and I love black people, so don't think I'm a self-hating coon. We just trying to correct ourselves. What we like to
All right.
do is we like to condemn the government. We like to holler all these conspiracy theories,
You full of
but we
excuses,
will,
basically.
yeah, and we will never give you a definite way to improve our situation. You feel me? So I feel like by condemning the government, giving conspiracy theories, saying who did what to who, that is idle time because that really don't matter. What matters is what we're doing right now to improve ourselves. Would you agree or disagree?
I, I use it like this. We put the responsibility of our community in the hands of the Democratic Party.
And look, by you saying that, that's exactly. And we're not gonna just say the Democratic Party. We're gonna say white supremacy because that's who the fuck the Democratic Party is, and the
Yeah,
Republican Party, white supremacy.
yeah,
So when we expect everything of them, and we don't give nothing or do nothing to improve our situation, then that's gonna make us idle and always be in the same position because this is what we're doing. We asking for reparations instead of taking reparations. Because you know what? They took the shit from us that God gave us, so we gotta take it back from them. They do owe us reparations, right? I want mine. So if they give them to me, I'm a foundational black American and I want mine. But what I'm saying is this: sometimes you got to
yeah.
take it in any means necessary. And I don't know Malcolm X shit. That's just such a good line. I know people gonna fucking agree with that. We got to take it. Now I ain't saying by force. I'm saying by how we doing right now. We having these legendary conversations and trying to give game or to utilize your time completely every day, all day, and not worry about the past because that shit depress you when you worry about the past. It make you sad. We ain't gonna
Gotcha,
worry about
gotcha.
the future. We ain't gonna worry about the future because it makes you anxious and it makes you feel like you're not gonna be able to get shit done. We're gonna stay level and we're gonna stay in the now because the now is where the causation plane lies right now.
The
What
present,
am
the
I
present,
gonna
the
do?
present.
Yep, the
Yeah.
present. What am I gonna do right now to make sure my future is secure? That's why you can never have idle time when you look at it like that, right? But I just
I
want
look at our community in this standpoint of our community. Okay, we need to build wealth in our community. Hey, Democratic Party, can you pass this so that the government can give us this so that we can help black communities build up and we can start creating black business owners? Well, that's you being idle because you're not allowing your community, us coming together as men and saying, hey, you make this much, you make this much. Everybody can take a percentage and put into a pot and we could do it ourselves. All we need the government to do is not to give us anything. They need to allow us permits to get shit done. That's how I look at it. If I want to buy
now
this plot of land, don't hinder me from building on that plot of land any idea that comes to us as a people. We want to build something, get out of our way. And here we go. This is why I think, and I'm gonna say something real controversial, very controversial. It is more beneficial to the black community if we come together. If we come together, it is more beneficial to the black community to vote Republican than Democrat.
hey man, I'm gonna keep it real with you. That's not controversial at all to me. I wanted Trump to win last time because it was a fucking Democrat in office. I want to say at least 50 or 60 years ago, maybe 80 years ago, that said, I think his name was Lyndon Johnson. I'm gonna
Yeah.
give these niggas welfare. I'm gonna give these niggas food stamps, and it's gonna keep these niggas voting Democrat for the next 100 years. And by God, niggas still voting Democrat
Boy, these
because
niggas still doing it. Yes, sir.
yeah,
They still
yeah,
doing it.
but okay, but let's just keep it real. What we saying sound coolish, but let's keep it a thou wow. I don't want reparations for the simple fact of I want reparations. I want reparations because you owe reparations. You feel me? Like
Yeah.
I'm in
Yeah.
Savannah, Georgia. This is where the law for 40 acres and a mule was first ratified down here in Savannah, and they fucking backpedaled on it. So of course I'm always gonna say give us reparations, but in them not giving us what they owe us, all I'm saying is sometimes you have to make a way and take what's yours, right?
But I look
So
at it like this with the reparations.
what?
Should reparations be given in money or should it be given in another way? Because I have a theory on this about reparations. Should we get a plot of money or should it be done in another way? Because I have another way.
Okay. Now see that shit you saying right now
Yeah.
is I agree and I disagree with you. I'm gonna tell you why I agree, and I'm gonna tell you why I disagree. I agree
Okay.
with money because as soon as they give us money, right? Okay, let's just say they give us reparations
A
and they give
check. Basically a one lump sum check, right?
the one up some check. Now
All
I
right.
would say it should not. It needs to be money. Of course, we want the motherfucking money, but besides the money, it needs to be in other forms because what happens with money is the motherfuckers will inflate this shit so bad that if they give us money, we wouldn't be able to fucking use that shit to do nothing because now it costs $1 million to pay
Yeah.
your rent. See, that's what they would
Yeah.
do if they gave us money alone. No, y'all gonna give us money. Y'all gonna give us no taxes. Y'all gonna give us property. Y'all gonna give us everything y'all owe. You know what I'm saying? Because
Okay.
of course. But
Here's my thing. I think that we shouldn't get one large check, and I'm gonna tell you why. I
Wait,
feel
before you continue,
reparations.
wait,
Gotcha.
before you
All right.
continue, let's clarify. Do you believe we should get money at all? 'Cause I believe we need money, right? Do you believe
Yes,
we should get money at all?
yes,
Okay,
yes,
cool.
yes,
We on
I
the same
do,
page.
but not. But I don't think we should get it in the form of one large check. Now I'm
Go
gonna
ahead.
say
I want to
this,
hear.
and I'm quite sure the IRS is listening here, so they ain't gonna like what I'm about to say right here. I think black people, and I get this from Patrice O'Neal himself. I get this from him. I think it is more beneficial to black people for 100 years, 100 years, all black people be exempt from federal income tax
Yeah, that's what I just
for
said.
a
Non.
span of time. All of our checks, and rather than that 200-300 being taken out of our check, it should be allowed for every black man, woman, and child in America to get their full pay for the work that they do.
Now, the only thing I'm gonna disagree with you on is the span of 100 years. I'm gonna say as long as the motherfucking Indians is tax free, we need to be tax free because
Free.
the Indians ain't built
Okay,
this country.
I'm with it.
Foundational Black Americans built this country.
I'm
So
with it.
we need to be exempt from fucking taxes forever because man, we live in Savannah, bro. You know what I mean?
Yep.
The motherfucker was down on the river. Man, we lived on the cobblestone street where a
Yes, we
fucking
did.
slave put
Yep.
cobblestone in the ground. So we should be exempt forever. Not no fucking
Yeah.
100 years. Everybody else in this country is immigrants. We built this shit. So
We built it.
we
We're
need
not
to have.
immigrants. We were taken. We're
Yep.
taken and we're stolen people. So
Right.
the reason why I'm coming up with this is because it goes back into idle time. The black community has the most flux of young black men that are idle out of any other community. Because these young boys, the reason why they're killing each other is because they are idle walking the street. They don't have any men to guide them to utilize their time properly. So they sit and then they implode from the inside out by hurting each other, selling drugs to each other, killing each other, starting fights because they don't have nothing to do, which leads me to the concept that I have called the way. Because there is a way for us to fix our condition, but it involves the men doing something to fix it. It's not up to our women. It's up to us. It's up to the men. The women will fall in line, like all women do. Women will fall in line, and I don't care about these independent women listening to this who may hear this. What I'm saying is that women fall in line when men are being men. I don't care how you cut it. They may not like it. They may talk shit about it, but they will comply and fall in line, or either they will fall by the wayside and go off and just be by themselves. Because ain't no other race of men it's going to take on our women. You may find one or two black women that's going to marry a white man and he'll take her on, but our women are lost out there without us. But these idle young men walking around right now while their girlfriend is at work and he's sitting up playing video games, he's not utilizing his time. He's not utilizing his time. He's not going out there making something of himself and producing something by trying to add another zero to his check. Most men get a good check and they done. They don't have nothing to do. But every time another community, I'm not gonna call out any community, but every time another community, one man succeeds, other people profit from it. If I go out here and I made $100,000 this year, I know that my son profits from that. I know that my woman profits from that. I know that even my baby mama, as much as that woman don't like me, she profits from my good work. So as long as your woman profits from it and your community profits from your hard work, somebody else can be productive now because you give an example. You see what I mean? By you utilizing
Exactly.
your time right now, you're teaching your son without actually even saying words. This is being productive in everything you do because I teach without words now. You watch what I do now. You watch how productive I move. You watch how daddy's always moving and doing something. This got to get fixed. I know this may come, so let me focus on this and get this prepared right now. So there's always a sense of productivity. And when this child becomes older, he ain't finna walk the street, smoke weed all day long and sit for 3 hours.
it's funny you bring up children because we at the 5-minute mark. Do you think children have any idea of how to be idle and not idle?
Productive?
Children, do you think children have an idea of productivity or being idle? Because I got 2 kids in here now,
Oh.
and before we go, I'm gonna make them come up and give their opinion. Do you think children know how to be idle or non-idle?
Children know how to be productive. They learn idleness from those that are older than them.
So, okay,
Children are constantly wanting to do something. They always got questions. They always want to know something. They always want to play and touch something or do something. Kids, they always want to go out somewhere. Take me here, take me there. Kids are more productive. We're more productive as children than we are as adults. Idleness is a learned behavior. We are born, back to spirituality, we are born in the image of God. God is constantly working. From the time we step out the womb, we are moving. We learn idleness from those around us. My opinion. You know what I mean?
wait. Come here. Carl. So we got 4 minutes left in the show. I'm gonna let Young Zay talk about idle and productivity. So tell us about you next. So tell us about idleness and productivity. Go.
So I guess like just
Can you hear him, Carl?
I hear him.
Go ahead.
So like if you trying to be productive, it's like when you trying to do something with your life, I guess. Or you try to do something more important to help you.
All right, good boy. All right, that was a good one, cuz I got a clown coming now.
I ain't no clown, I'm your son, Goofy.
Idle time and productivity. Go.
Idle time is basically you waste your life or like doing something that's not important, like playing video games, something like that.
So y'all being idle right now.
Basically. And productive time is doing something important with your life, like working out, taking care of yourself, stuff like that.
Did you hear him, cuz?
Yes, sir. Idleness is learned behavior. Idleness is a learned behavior. If I could leave anything with anybody right now before we get offline here, is that when you find yourself sitting down and you have idle time, you got to use it and don't be idle. So I would say learn financial productivity. You know,
Work
there's
out.
tons of YouTube videos
Work
learning how
out.
to work out, you know, knowing how to spend your money wisely, learning how to save your money wisely, learning how to do things that don't involve money, just staying productive consistently, because a man has to stay in motion at all times. The only time you should be idle is when you hit that grave. Should always be something being done. Like right now, we're doing something.
Man, we're doing something great. And I'm here to tell y'all, I'm Bubba J. I'm here with my partner, Mickey D. And
I'm Mickey.
Man, we had a fucking whole hour-long conversation with y'all. No, we had an hour-long conversation by ourselves an hour ago. We did a show. But instead of us being idle and crying and whining about me not hitting the record button, Mickey was so glad we did it again. So I don't want to hear no excuse and no, you know, even if you got something that messed you up, you got to keep going. I'm Bubba. I'm going to sign off.
Mickey.
I'm going to let Mickey do his thing. 1 minute, Mickey. Talk your talk.
Like I say, an idle man is a woman's playground. Don't ever sit around and allow somebody to utilize your time for you. You utilize the time on your own, and you let people work around your motion. But the key is to stay in motion. So whatever you do, do something, but don't just sit there. Because if you're sitting there with Netflix, that is the devil. And don't let the devil waste your time. Use your time.
So
Mickey and Bubba's Legendary Conversations, baby. Till the next time.
Legendary Conversation. We signing off. Thank y'all for tuning in. Hey, man, this was our first episode. We're going to give all our social media tags and everything next episode. It's plenty more.
Get better with time.
Yeah, we ain't bullshit with y'all. I'm out. This was exactly 1 hour. Peace.
Peace.